Hey, Lauren, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
I sure can. I can't hear the dog though, but
She's very silent, very silent.
there you go. Thank you for taking the time and also being super on time. How did you wind up working with the Best Friend Society?
I got involved with them. Actually, I adopted my other dog, Fox, about 6 years from a super adoption event that Best Friends was having. And that's kind of how I got to know about them and what they do. And that's when I really kind of learned about the amazing work that they do all across the country. There's so many different initiatives that they're behind. The one that really speaks to me the most is, of course, the move to make the country completely no kill within the next few years. And to me, the idea that an animal isn't given a chance simply because of something like overcrowding is really upsetting and preventable. And so I'm really excited to be a part of it. I took place in the Strut Your Mutt walks a few years in the past. I did win top LA fundraiser twice, no big deal, but also I'm going to humble brag. So I'm so excited to be taking our relationship to the next level.
Have you been a dog person your whole life, or did you, as an adult, first start having pets?
I was a cat. I grew up with cats, but my dream, like my life's dream, was to have dogs that I could dress in dresses and hold like babies. And so it was just always my dream, but it was always one of those things that I felt like, oh, I'm too busy. My schedule's too crazy. I
Right.
travel too much for work. And so I put it off. And then one day I just said, you know what? I think I'm just going to make it work. And what I learned is that if you just pull the trigger and you just go for it, you will adapt, and the new normal will become a lot less daunting than perhaps it had seemed before. So I've had dogs in my life now for about 6 years.
What is the name of the dog that is in your arms?
This is Peaches.
Okay, does Peaches ever come on set, or do you travel with Peaches now?
No. Peaches has some social anxieties, but my dog Fox, he does come with me on set. I've been doing a bunch of interviews today, so they've been rotating out to get their SAG breaks. But Fox does come with me. He's come with me every day on Superstore since literally the first day of the pilot, I think. And so he's great. He loves it. He loves going to work. He loves all of the attention. But Peaches is more of a homebody. But when I'm here, let me tell you, throughout this quarantine, our level of codependence has reached a level that is unhealthy.
Am I getting you from Los Angeles?
You are, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful Los Angeles. You are from Canada originally, in my opinion, the comedy capital of the world. And I know that you have strong, strong roots in improv, which you've already shown us. But what was it that made you move to Los Angeles in the first place?
Well, I had worked at the Second City in Toronto on the main stage there. And then I also did the main stage in Chicago, which was a huge, massive moment in my life.
Sure.
And so then I went back to Canada for a little bit of time, came to LA, auditioned for a few things, got into a car accident, went back home and was like, you know what? I think I'm good. I'm going to stay in Canada. I like it here. And then literally about 3 weeks later, I got a phone call that one of the things I had auditioned for all of a sudden was interested. And so that was a show called Super Fun Night, which aired on ABC for a season with Rebel Wilson and me. And so that's what inevitably brought me here. I tried to get out, but it kept pulling me back in,
Well, you were talking before about the no-kill laws. How does that compare, pardon my ignorance, to Ontario's laws with animals?
Well, there's been a lot of, it's kind of similar to the temperature that it is here in terms of that as an issue. There are some shelters that are no-kill. There's been more of a movement for them to go that way, certainly for a while. But there is also some controversy because we have had pit bull laws, pit bull bans and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure where Ontario is with that at this moment. I know that Quebec, Montreal, they had one in effect for many years that recently got overturned, and I was somebody who was sharing widely those petitions and whatnot to sign online. So I would have to kind of delve back into it. But I will say I know that it's always a contentious issue.
Mm-hmm.
People have misconceptions about what no-kill actually means, and does this mean that an animal in distress can't be euthanized if there's no other option? And of course, it's a very nuanced type issue, but I think at the end of the day, the important thing is that no animals that are viable, that are healthy, that are adoptable should be put in that position just because of overcrowding and all those kinds of human created issues.
Sure. Does anyone else from the Superstore cast ever bring a dog on set, or are you kind of the outlier for that?
Oh gosh, it's me. Fox is definitely our mascot. We have a lot of animal lovers. I know Kaliko, who plays Sandra, she adopted a dog, I want to say just over a year ago now. And that was an exciting time for me because that's when I can try and play matchmaker, which is one of my favorite things to do. When somebody wants their dog or wants to adopt a dog and I'm like, what are you looking for? Let me know. I'll go browse through my networks, which was very exciting. I know Nicole Bloom, she had brought her dog Pikachu a little bit, but he's really high energy too. He's younger. So that's the other thing. I've really loved adopting older dogs, senior dogs, and they get a really bad rap. I think people think that they'll have problems, that they'll be, disturbed in some way. And I got to tell you, my dogs are living their best lives. Mm-hmm. And it gives me gratification to know that even if we only have a few years together, those are going to be the best years of that dog's life. Sure. And the other thing is too, an older dog is going to come potty trained. The personality that you're kind of signing up for. I think there's some real benefits. I think that, people need to open their hearts and open their minds about older animals when adopting.
I can't establish which is number one and which is number two. Clearly, two of your biggest passions are comedy / entertainment and dogs. Is there anything that comes remotely close as a number three and or number four?
Oh gosh, listen, recently in quarantine, it's been cooking. I was never somebody who cooked. My schedule is not something that is conducive to that. And I've really embraced it. I mean, like full Martha Stewart style. So that's become a new passion of mine. But then an old passion of mine, I guess I would have to say the 90 Day Fiance universe. I mean, it's something that I have been openly recruiting viewers for, and I don't get anything for that. That's just something I do for the feeling in your heart. But so many people in the Superstore crew, I've literally gotten it. They'll overhear me talking and they're like, what show are you talking about? And then of course, now we have new things to talk about every day. So I really feel like I'm doing important work for them and that franchise.
I can imagine, you're the second interview I've done today. And of the two interviews, both of the people I said, what are you up to? And they talked about 90 Day Fiance. And the other person was the bassist in a metal band. So I don't know what it is about that show.
Equalizer. 90 Day Fiance before the 90 Days season 1, because there's a million, and I watch all of them, but that season of that show is the one I always recommend, and it's always the one that gets people hooked. It is literally the great equalizer.
I mean, what else is the equalizer? I guess 4 months ago it was Tiger King.
Yes.
Maybe it is 90 Day Fiance. Is that? And are you a big music person in general?
Music? Yeah, I've been big into music for years. I was in a very, very terrible band in high school. Our name was DNA. But no, I've always been a very musical person. I've sung on Superstore a few times now, I think. The fans are constantly asking, when is the musical episode going to come? And I keep telling them, not soon enough for me. I would do it tomorrow. But yeah, definitely. That's always been a huge part of my life. Music has always been a huge part of my life.
Right. So you, like everybody else, has kind of been displaced, working from home, being at home a lot more than I'm sure that you were in any part of your adult life before now. So you mentioned cooking is taking up a lot of the time, 90 Day Fiance. Anything that you can talk about work-wise that's coming up, like is Superstore going back into production, or is that all TBD?
Listen, we've just started doing table reads. Obviously, all of that is going to be virtual now in terms of table reads. So we're doing it much like I'm talking to you. So we have started that. The process is starting. The ball is rolling. I can't speak to anything very firm because this is a whole new world that everyone's trying to navigate for the first time. I know that the goal is to have season 6 episodes starting this fall. I hope that is what we're able to deliver. I can tell you that we're all super excited to get back, really excited. America Ferrera obviously did announce she's leaving the show, but she is going to be back for the first 2 episodes of season 6, which is going to be awesome. So yeah, that's trucking along, going as fast as basically health laws will allow us. We're getting back at it. And then other than that, I've been really embracing doing my podcast during this time, which is called Giving It Up for Less. And this has been a silver lining during this time, is being able to connect with people a lot easier. Trying to schedule someone to do an in-person podcast is pretty difficult to do. But now I've been able to get my friends on from New York, or from Tennessee, from Canada. So it's been really that's been another, we got to celebrate the wins where we can find them. You know what I mean? And that's been a win for me, certainly.
For sure. So, recapping the whole thing, you got this great nonprofit work that you do related to Best Friend Society. We've got Superstore coming back. You've got a podcast. You've embraced your inner Martha Stewart. Great dog mom over here. That is kind of exemplary for a full, rewarding, happy life.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what you're reminding me of? That I earn the naps when I take them. Because sometimes I feel like, did I really earn this nap? But now when I hear you lay it out like that, my goodness, I really did earn that yesterday.
I think so. Pat on the back to say the very least. So absolutely. I'll ask you the closer, Lauren. That's any last words for the kids?
Listen, kids, I'm on the TikTok, okay? I know you think I'm a fraud. I get it. But I got to tell you, I love your enthusiasm. I love your spirit. I love the things that you're putting out in the world. The future is yours. We believe in you. Keep fighting the good fight.
Awesome. Couldn't ask for anything more. Keep doing all the great work you're doing, and looking forward to seeing all the projects coming up. Big fan of Hortense and Another Period. So
I love it.
Longtime fans in this household. Thank you so much, Lauren.
Amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Take care.
Bye.
Paltrocast.